What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Starking back with MovieGuy.com. If you're a blind film critic, and today I'm doing How to Train Your Dragon. Which one? You're going to have to click like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to find out. I do a lot of movie reviews and TV reviews and old reviews and new reviews and reviews. I just review things. I can review you. Just tell me who you are in the comments, and I'll review you. Anyway, I'm also blind, so I go into everything blind except this one, because this is the 2010 version, and this predates my vision loss. So, yeah, I actually saw How to Train Your Dragon and loved it. Hashtag adored. How to Train Your Dragon instantly became like one of my favorite movies, a classic, which now brings me into what I'm starting as people are like, you should make more playlists. I'm calling this Desert Island movies. This is going on my Desert Island movies list. I'm also doing this because live action remake, but this is a Desert Island movie for me, which just means comfort film. It's also a film that I kind of have seen too many times and enjoy and put on for pure enjoyment purposes and sit back and just listen. And you're had a bad day, put How to Train Your Dragon on. Yeah, if I'm feeling down in the dumps, I go to one of my Desert Island films and put it on, and that's it. So this is my grade for this is going to be A+. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. You don't have to wait around for that, because that's what a Desert Island movie means to me, is trying to figure out and nebulously grade this. I think I gave it an A back in the day, because it, again, was like an instant hit for me. But there are some films that aren't quality, that aren't as good, but they still, for some reason, even though I can see the warts on them, end up being usually from my childhood, but end up being a Desert Island movie. So it doesn't always mean that the movie is an A+ quality film. It just means it's a film I adore. And I adore How to Train Your Dragon, the animated film that DreamWorks put out, that's directed by Dean DeBois, who is also directing the remake, that has the voice cast of Jay Baruchel, America Ferrera, Gerard Butler, Craig Ferguson, Jonah Hill, Kristen Wiig, T.J. Miller, and is an adaptation of the kids book series. Now there's a whole land, How to Train Your Dragon land at, or Berk, whatever, at Universal Studios Epic Universe, the new theme park they just opened in Orlando, Florida. So you can just go train dragons and ride them. I don't know, I've never been there. But I actually watched this without audio description because I realized the copy of it that I had didn't have audio description, and I just kept watching it. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I don't know if there's an available copy with audio description somewhere. Maybe I'll watch it again some other day and review that again. Just keep reviewing this movie over and over. I don't mind it. I mean, that's the thing about Desert Island movies, is like, if somebody asks me to watch it, I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. I'm down. You know, that's what it means to be a Desert Island movie, is if somebody just goes, hey, do you want to watch this movie? The answer is always going to be yes. So, yeah, How to Train Your Dragon pleases me. It's a great tale. It moves really quickly. It's a little over an hour and a half. It feels like an epic movie that could be 2 hours, which is what kind of like the live action movie is. But it actually moves really quickly, and it goes through all the things, and it hits all the points that it needs to. It doesn't waste your time. It builds out the characters, so everybody sort of has their own personalities. It doesn't have a deep ensemble, which is how it's able to focus on the couple characters that it has. It's really smart that way, because you're not introduced to like 27 different characters. You're introduced to sort of just like a handful. There aren't like a ton of adult Vikings that like populate the cast, where you're gonna have to learn like, oh, that's so and so, this person, and that's the other person who does that thing, and they go to over there to that person, they go to this store for that person, and oh, that's the neighbor of that. And no, they don't know that. It's basically like they're like two adults and a couple of kids, and they're learning how to fight dragons, and then they all have to go into battle at the end of the movie to fight this one big dragon, but they don't know they're fighting the big dragon because nobody will listen to Hiccup. Nobody ever listens to Hiccup in this until the end, until he's sacrificed himself for the good of the clan. Anyway, so this is, I don't know, I mean, I remember when this happened, and one of the things that people were talking about was, the fact that, hey, we actually have sort of like disability representation because you have Toothless that, I mean, because he was injured, he sort of has um, this wing that's made for him that Hiccup has to make, arguably because he caused the injury to begin with. But I mean, he does repair it with like a new wing for Toothless. And then by the end of the movie, the same thing happens to Hiccup, and so he has his leg amputated and has to have this fake leg put on him, uh, which he improves, I believe. I'm moving my way through the films. I'm reviewing this and then I'll move on to two. I believe it's different in two. I think he improves it. Although I don't know that I would know if two doesn't have audio description also. I'll be more conscientious and make sure that before I get into it that my copy has audio description. I was already in this and I was like, wait a minute, there's no audio description on this movie. And I looked for the track and I was like, whatever. So I know I'm being a bad blind person. I'm supposed to be watching things with accessibility, but again, this was like my sixth, seventh time watching this at least. I'm definitely above five. I've definitely seen it because, like, I definitely saw this film, I want to say twice in theaters, and I know I've seen it at least before every time there's been a sequel. So, I mean, I'm definitely at like six or seven, maybe eight. And I mean, I remember Toothless's silly grin. He like actually doesn't have teeth, and he's doing that weird like gummy like grin at Hiccup. I remember what Toothless looks like, the black Night Fury, and I kind of remember a lot of character designs. Like a lot of it comes back to me, and hearing Jay Baruchel's constant. That dude has been stuck in puberty since he was like 13. He has the most interesting voice. Um, so what do I love about the movie? I don't know. It's just it doesn't waste its time. It just moves. I didn't read the books. I don't know if it's a faithful adaptation or not. But DreamWorks has some movies I don't like. They put out movies into the world that are just kind of like eh. And then they make sequels to it. Like, why do we have so many sequels to Madagascar? Nobody needs that many sequels to Madagascar. It's like it's like DreamWorks' version of Cars, where it's like, why do we have three Cars movies? um, so I think, yeah, I can't recommend this enough. Hopefully, you can find it with audio description. It still is my favorite. I watched this actually after the live action remake. And I guess that's another reason that really helped is because I had just seen the live action remake, which does have audio description. And then I came home and watched this for like direct comparison purposes. So I just seen the movie and I was like, wow, this is basically the same thing. So, yeah, I still prefer this though. That was the comparison. That's what the benchmark was for me as I was trying to sit there and I was going to go, okay, so I loved the live action movie, but I love this more. And at the end of the day, I'm going to keep choosing this version. I'm just going to keep choosing the animated version. Like, I'm going to keep watching this throughout my life. If anybody ever drops a child on my doorstep and I have to educate them through cinema and I'm sitting there with a kid, I'm going to start with the animated version. I'm not going to start with the live action version. Like, we're going to watch the animated trilogy first before I ever show them Mason Thames and his version of Toothless. So this is where it started, and this was great. This is why Dean DeBois was entrusted to do the live action version, is because he did this one so well, and critics loved it, and audiences loved it, and there's this whole world for How to Train Your Dragon now. All of these spin-off cartoons and everything, they're on all your streaming platforms. It's a franchise, and I know it started with the books, but for me, it started with this film. So that's what it means to be a bit. It's I take the Desert Island thing obviously from High Fidelity. In case you're wondering, Desert Island top five. That's where I use the term from. I'm also a fan of High Fidelity. The everything, the book, the film, the TV series, and the musical. It's been adapted. It was a book and then it was a movie. and then it was a musical, and then it was a TV series. It's been everything. So, yeah, all time Desert Island top five. Although I have more than five Desert Island movies, so I'm breaking that rule. So I don't know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I don't know if this sufficed for you. This is just me fanboying over How to Train Your Dragon. It has a great score. It has a great cast. Everything I do is I just love this movie. It's just me saying that. And also relative time to you watch my review of the live action movie also, and then you'll get maybe some idea of all those. I don't know. Just watch it, click, like, subscribe, follow, do all that kind of stuff. Uh, Join my cult following on YouTube, and one day I'll sell you some merch with my face on it. See you guys on the other side.